Speculation is heating up around a potential trade with a struggling team, and the implications could be huge for Las Vegas. As we look at the quarterback landscape, one name stands out that could redefine our offense. Don't miss this discussion, and be sure to subscribe and like us so the Raiders news keeps coming. Let's dive into the latest buzz surrounding the Las Vegas Raiders and the potential quarterback shakeup that could be on the horizon. Now, it's no secret that the Raiders might not be making any blockbuster moves before the trade deadline, but the talk of bringing in a young quarterback to evaluate in the closing months of the season is heating up. Enter Bryce Young, the former first overall pick who's been generating quite a conversation. NFL executive Mike Tannenbaum threw out an interesting idea on ESPN, suggesting that the Raiders should reach out to the Carolina Panthers for Young, perhaps offering a fourth-round pick. Tannenbaum argues that the Raiders need to explore their quarterback options, citing how other teams have turned things around with a fresh face under center. But let's be real. Does this make sense for the Raiders? While Young has shown flashes of potential, some sources are saying that the Raiders may not even have him on their radar. Vic Tafur from The Athletic chimed in, suggesting that Anthony Richardson might be more appealing if he becomes available. That's a name that could spark some excitement. But let's not kid ourselves. Would the Colts actually let him go? And here's where it gets interesting. Diana Rossini reported that the Panthers are not even considering trading Young right now. They're encouraged by his improvements and are looking to evaluate everything during the offseason. So, folks, it seems the Panthers are playing the long game here, potentially waiting for the offseason to maximize Young's trade value. Now, I can't help but wonder, is this the right move for the Raiders? Should they sit back and wait, or should they make a bold play for a quarterback who could reshape their future? You know, as a die-hard Raiders fan, I'm torn. I mean, on one hand, bringing in someone like Young could provide the spark this team desperately needs. On the other hand, we've seen how quickly a young quarterback can become a liability if the situation isn't right. So, what does this mean for the Raiders' future? If they decide to pursue Young or even Richardson, they're taking a step toward building a more competitive roster. But we also have to consider the ramifications. What if these moves don't pan out? Are we setting ourselves up for another disappointing season? And let's talk about the emotions tied to this. Being a Raiders fan is a roller coaster ride of hope and frustration. We've been through the highs of the past and the lows of recent seasons. Every decision made in the front office affects not just the team's performance but our dreams as fans. We want to see this team back in contentment, and every quarterback decision could either lead us to glory or keep us in the same old cycle of mediocrity. So I ask you, what do you think? Should the Raiders take the plunge and try for Bryce Young? Or should they hold out for someone like Anthony Richardson? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Are you feeling optimistic, or do you have some serious reservations? This is a pivotal moment for the franchise, and every fan's voice matters. Let's engage in this conversation. Your expectations, frustrations, and hopes for this team are what make this community so vibrant. And don't forget, if you want to stay updated on all things Raiders, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel for all the essential updates. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. And remember to activate that notification bell to get all the latest news right as it drops.